Kia ora, and welcome to this episode of Once Were Gardeners, where I will show how I plant my Maori potatoes. I'm planting 3 varieties today: Whataroa, Kawiniwini and Moi Moi, and I prefer Maori potatoes primarily because they are more nutritious and tastier. So I'll show you how we get into it along with my mate Prince Cashew. The key to having a good potato crop is to make sure that they are planted and are spaced in the correct amount. Now, I use sticks here to make sure I'm planting the tubers 25 centimeters apart from each other, and that's the key to it. And the rows need to be 60 centimeters apart, and so that means that there's enough space for everything. So because later on they're going to have to mound them up as well, so there's space to mound up to protect the tubers as they grow. Now, I prefer Maori potatoes. Even though they're slower growing, but still they're worth the effort because of their taste and their nutritional content. So let's get into it. I'll show you how. In order to make sure I know where the rows are, I always get my rake out and just rake along in the soil as deep as possible to make it easy to see where the actual row itself is going to be. And you can see there the sticks then come in handy because I know where to plant the individual tubers, and they need to be dug down deep enough so that there's going to be a decent amount of soil to cover them up over the top. While I'm a bit late in planting my potatoes this year, there's still a risk of a frost, so the deeper they are the better, and that makes it more room for the tubers to grow and expand when they start to grow later on. But I'll show you in a tick how to mound them up and getting them ready for the future. Now, the key to a good crop of potatoes, of course, is compost. I don't use any blood and bone because I don't particularly like nitrogenous fertilizers potatoes, but a good layer of compost helps out. Another thing to remember is that potatoes don't particularly like lime, so don't put any lime down before planting potatoes. Wait until you've dug them up later on in the autumn and just mound them up. I mound them up by hand like this, and that helps me remember where the rows are, and it helps me remember how to mound them up later on as well, and make sure they're well covered and they're not exposed to frost. Not that a late frost this time of year that heavy, so they'll generally grow back after a light frosting, but a frost cloth also becomes in handy at this time of year as well. So that is how you plant potatoes Riwai, and yeah, it's good to get the hands in the soil and the papatuanuku and get everything covered up, and yeah, that's great fun. Ka pai, get into it. Thanks for watching. Please click on the subscribe and like buttons to help support spreading the good news about how to garden organically. Ka pai, ka kite anō.